Hi, my name is Craig, and you're watching New Jersey Video Geek. Today we're going to do an editing tip using Edius editing software. Today's tip is going to be motion tracking and color correction. So buckle up and get ready to edit. Okay, so did you ever have an edit where you have a certain clip and you just can't get the colors right? You know, either you go one way warm and everything else is cold, or you go the opposite way and everything else is warm because you have two different colors happening in the same scene. Well, today we're going to use track mats and motion tracking to achieve optimal color correction. Okay, so here we go. Let's go to our scene that we're going to use as a demo. Okay, so I'm going to be looking at the editing screen momentarily, but let's go to our scene, and this is going to be our scene that we have. Okay, now in this scene that I'm playing, okay, my shooter is using an Osmo, and she's just kind of coming in towards the bride. Okay, the scene seems to be very orange. Okay, very warm. Okay, and it's much warmer inside the car than it is outside of the car. So well, I'm going to show you how to add a mat so that you can color correct separately inside the car and then use a different color correction setting outside of the car. So let's get going. Okay, first what we're going to do is I'm going to position this just about here. Okay, and we're going to create a mat around the window so that we can apply our color correction filter in the window. Okay, so we're going to go to our effects over here in my bin window, and you'll see them all the way to the right of your screen. I'm going to highlight the masking tool, and what we're going to do is we're going to take that and we're going to drag that to the timeline, okay, right over here onto my clip. Okay, I wish I could zoom in, but I can't. Okay, now we're going to go into the control settings of that clip, and the way you do that is you're going to go back to your control, your information window in Edius. Okay, lower right hand corner you see my mouse, and then we're going to highlight the mask tool, and we're going to click on these three little lines over here on top, and you'll see the bubble pop up. We're going to click that, and that's going to open up our control panel. Okay, now to make a mat, we can either use a square mat, a round mat, or we're going to do a custom mat where we can draw around the window. So let's do that. We're going to use our custom draw tool, which is right up here. Okay, looks like an inkwell pen, the little bubbles around it. I'm going to click on that, and we're going to draw a mat. I'm going to start off at the corners. Okay, I'm sorry, but I have to look at the screen for this one. All right, let's go down. Let's go across to this corner over here. Let's go up to the top. Okay, I'm going to have to create a couple different nodes here because we are getting a little bit of bending in the window thanks to the wide angle lens of the Osmo. Alright, and that's close enough. And what we might want to do while we're here, we're going to check off in this little box here on the edge control. And I'm sorry, we're going to check the soft, and we're going to make the edge of our mat very soft. Okay, I'm going to set it to, let's say 40 or 50, right? Let's say 47. That's good enough. Okay. So now what we can do from here inside the same control panel, we haven't left it. It's right here. Okay, we're going to go up to the top, and here's where you can choose inside your filter, up on top where my mouse is, or underneath it is outside of your filter. Okay, outside of your mat. I'm sorry. So inside your mat, outside of your mat. We're going to choose the filter, a little checkbox right here. We're going to apply a filter inside my mat. Okay, and to do that, we're going to select our filter. Okay, I'm going to go with primary color correction and hit OK. All right, and now I'm going to hit the three little lines, just like in the information window. The three little lines are going to open up the control panel for the primary color corrector, which is right here. Okay, so maybe I'm going to do a little bit of contrast here. I'm going to go up to the slider over here, the temperature slider, just to do a quick, you know, not a crazy accurate color correction, but just a quick color correction just for demo purposes. Okay. And we're gonna, not too much lift here. Actually, we're gonna go back. You can use the gain a little bit. We're gonna make it just a little bit brighter. And add a little bit more contrast. Okay? Good enough for demo purposes. Now you'll notice right away, I'm gonna hit OK to apply my filter. You're gonna notice right away that the color inside the window, oops, let me go back to my screen, that the color inside the window is nice and color corrected. It's much more balanced. The outside is still a little warm, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our filter, okay? Open that control panel up, and we're going to choose the filter on their outside. So now we're going to color correct the outside of the mat, okay? So everything outside of that window. Okay, we're going to hit our, we're going to apply filter again. We're going to go to our primary color corrector, okay? And I'm going to open that control panel up. And there it is, okay? Same thing here, but we're going to take the slider for the temperature and we're going to make it a little cooler, just like we did on the inside. Okay, but not that cool. We want to kind of balance it. This way it looks kind of more natural. All right, outside it was a little cooler. We want that limo to be just a little white, you know, because it is a white limo. Okay, and again, I'm going to keep my contrast down a little bit. Just give me a little bit more contrast outside of the car. Okay, and that's pretty close for demo purposes. So now we have balanced the inside of the car and the outside of the car on this clip. I'm going to go to the other screen just to, again, give you an idea of what that looks like. So here it is again. Here's our clip, the inside and outside. To give you a little before and after. Here's before, and this is after. Okay? Okay. So now that we have the color correction set for inside the mat and outside the mat, we need to make this mat travel. It's called the traveling mat, or we're going to do motion track. We're going to make the mat move with the shot. Because what's happening here is, if you play the clip, okay, you'll see that it comes towards the window. And even though it's hard to tell now, but this mat is right around here. The mat has not moved. It's right here in the center still. Okay, so we need this mat to expand to travel with the video. This way you can't tell that we actually created a mat. Okay, we're going to go back into our control panel for mask, okay, which is right over here. We're going to open up the control panel, and you're going to notice that there's a timeline on the bottom of the screen over here on the control panel. This is our keyframer. So we're going to turn keyframing on, and you can see all the nodes kind of light up over here. Okay, so keyframe is on, and down here you're going to look for tracking. Okay, and this is our tracking. So right where we are positioned, which is right here, we're going to track this mat backwards first. Okay. And there you have it. Next, we're going to create the motion forward for the mat. Now, Edius will track the mat in the motion, the forward motion, but it generally doesn't like to make the mat go past the edges of the screen. So we may have to do this manually. But I'll show you what it looks like when we actually use the automatic settings on this, okay? So let's go back to our control panel. Okay, our cursor's in the position, in the start position. We're going to track forward, okay? Now you see Edius doing its job, and it's tracking it, but the mat just quite doesn't get large enough. Like, it doesn't want to go past the edge of the screen. So we're going to have to do this manually, okay? I'm going to do Control-Z, undo, okay? And all I'm going to do is just go to the end of my timeline here, and I'm going to drag this screen so that it's big enough. Okay, so let's go over here and we'll position this near the edge. Okay. And we have to go just a little bit bigger because we have to get to the edge of the screen here. All right, and there's our mat right there. Okay. It added the keyframes at the very end over here. So it didn't add a bunch of little keyframes, it just added the one keyframe. And then we're going to see how that looks, how it tracks, okay? We're going to hit OK. All right. And let's go back to our main screen. And let me play this clip from the beginning, this short little clip. And there it is. I think it looks good. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to change the filter of the outside setting to monotone, which is black and white, just to give you an idea how, so you can make it easier for you to see how this is going to track. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the beginning. You notice how inside the window is color, outside of the window is all black and white. I'm going to hit play, and you'll see how it's tracking. Okay, just to give you a better idea of how that tracking worked. Okay. Alright, so now we'll go back to the normal setting where everything's colored the right way. And that is it. That is our tutorial. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Again, this is on motion tracking in Edius. And that's it. I'll see you in the editing room.